Tupou, final test of the year. How easy is it to move on from France and that defeat and pick up again and go for Italy?
Yeah, it's been, yesterday was pretty frustrating because there was definitely opportunities that we left out there against France, but yeah, we've kind of moved it to the side and focused on Italy now, and we know that they're a real physical pack, and yeah, we know what's in front of us for this weekend. So
yeah. Speaking about that review, is it hard to leave behind France, or you parked that relatively comfortably?
Yeah, I guess it's hard, but yeah, like I said before, we just have to park it to the side, and we've got a bigger challenge now. And obviously, you said at the start that it's our last test for the year, and we want to finish strong. So yeah.
What do you expect from Italy this weekend?
Just a big physical pack. You know, we played them in the World Cup last year, and we know they've got a high skill set, especially their backs, and yeah, they're real physical, especially Nigiri. He's their most dominant Lucy, I should say, but yeah, it's pretty interesting because we watched that doco on Netflix, so yeah, it's get a bit of insight on what happens in their camp, that sort of stuff. So,
yeah, was that handy to have?
Oh, to be honest, I just heard Neil Barnes just swearing all the time, eh? So yeah, I know Neil real good, and he's a real good coach that I've been coached by, and yeah, I kind of understand where he's come from. So yeah.
You've had a big workload this year. How's the body feeling with one more test to go?
Our body's good. Mine's good as well. You know, it's the last test before I can go back home and fill the tank up with my friends and family. So yeah, it's the last test, but we've still got a job to do. So.
So is there anything particular you've learned about Northern Hemisphere opponents having played, England, Ireland, France in consecutive weeks? What is it you've got in your heads about these types of games?
We know that they're just always going to bring their best foot forward against us. We've seen it these last few weeks, and there's no different from Italy this weekend. They're going to come up firing, and that's what we need to expect from them. And yeah, that's all.
You're getting used to this idea that wherever the All Blacks go, England's biggest game of the autumn, it was France's biggest game, it's Ireland's biggest game. Are you getting used to that everybody wants to?
Yeah, I guess so.
A little bit?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, you don't often play these type of countries, compared to South Africa and Australia. But yeah, it's been good to come over to the side of the world and put our best foot forward and challenge ourselves against these top teams in the side of the world. So yeah.
I don't want to get overly technical here, but can you tell us a wee bit about your thoughts about how you're scrummaging as a pack? Because it looked like you had a lot of domination in Paris, but weren't necessarily getting a lot of results at the referee. Is that your take as well?
I don't want to go to that side, but I just know that we can control what we can control, and obviously there's a couple of calls that didn't go our way, but I'm super proud of the boys. We've kind of talked about our set piece, using it as a weapon this year, and I felt like we've done that, especially over the weekend. That's just credit to our front row, doing the hard yards up front, and we're just at the back just pushing hard. So yeah.
Tubes, you've obviously been involved with the All Blacks for a few years now, but this year's been quite different for you just in terms of how many minutes you've been playing. What's sort of this year been like for you? How has it been different, both on and off the field, in terms of your role within the team?
I'm just enjoying being involved on and off the field. I'm just grateful that I get to put on that black jersey each and every week, and I've been just sitting at the back and just waiting for my opportunity, and I feel like I've kind of taken it with two hands this year, and I'm just real grateful and blessed to be a part of this team, and this team's real special, and something that I want to be a part of for a very long time. So yeah.
You've got two young locks, and Josh Lord and Fabian Holland in the squad, will both be hungry for minutes.
Yeah.
Have you sort of had to take on a little bit of a mentoring kind of role with them?
I guess so. But I've also got two quality locks in front of me as well, and that's Paddy and Scoot, and they've both been unreal this year, and I'm pretty much learning off them, and so is the younger two, and then we're just pretty much just feeding off each other, really. So yeah.
What have you seen from Fabian in particular? Because obviously you haven't played with him before.
Yeah, oh man, he's a big unit. He's real skillful, real fast, explosive. He's going to be real dangerous in the future. I can see that now, and hopefully we can suit up together sometime in the future and just go to work. So yeah.
With me. Okay, Tupou, the end of a very long year, as usual. Which kind of year has been, in your opinion, thus far?
I think it's been a roller coaster ride of emotions. We've had a couple of losses in South Africa, and then obviously as the years went on, but it's been good. Like, I really feel that our group is gelling well together, and we're slowly figuring out how we want to play and how we want to defend. So, it's been a big year, but some good learnings along the way. So yeah.
Last match of this year against Italy. The last time we met, it was 100 points against us. How are you feeling inside the team about this match, considering maybe what Italy has shown during the last Six Nations and during also the last matches?
Yeah, we know it's going to be a tight one. Sorry, we're not looking back in history. We know that we've seen the results during the Six Nations, and it's always been one or 5 points that Italy has lost. But yeah, we're treating Italy like we're not treating them any different. We're pretty much respecting them, and we know what's coming, and we know they're going to be passionate. And we've been there before, so yeah, we know what it's like.
Thank you.
Obviously, a review yesterday. What's come out of that in terms of looking ahead to the final game of the year? What you need to improve?
Probably a big thing was frustration around have plenty of opportunities and just improvements in our game around some of our rugby really come out. But it's important we use that kind of frustration and put it into this week in this game.
Geordie Barrett went for scans, I believe the other day. I was going for scans. Have you got an update on how he's tracking?
Yeah, we're still waiting on how Geordie's going, so that'll be coming through in the next couple of days.
But unlikely to play this weekend?
He's a tough man. He doesn't normally come off the field if it's not decent, but we've got our fingers crossed for sure.
In terms of Italy, what do you expect from them, given they had a close game against Georgia last week? Argentina beat them comfortably. What are your expectations this week?
Physicality in the contact and the collisions, saw that in the Six Nations. Dangerous and counter-attack. If you give them early ball and they can bring it back strong, they've got some real threats there with Kuputsafi's there and Monty. So they're the two big key parts on the defensive side of the ball.
Is it easy to remain focused this week? With no due respect, Italy, you played 3 top 5 teams in a row, last test of the year. Is it easy to set the motivation again and set the task ahead for the week?
Yeah, it is. Yep. The jersey demands it. We know that. So it's about our standards and making sure we continue to grow week on week.
I know it's not your area of expertise, but when you...
The scrum?
Yes. People don't understand it, is the truth of the matter. It looks like you're dominant 4 or 5 times and don't get any reward for it. Have you had any feedback or ability to talk to World Rugby about what they're saying and why you're not getting what you think you should be getting out of that?
It's not my of expertise, as you said. I'll be running in the mornings with Jace Ryan, though. We get up early and go for a wee bit of a trot, and he's been running a wee bit quicker than usual, so it's something out of my area, and it's something that Jace is across.
Tamati, just looking at the ruck defence you mentioned, we saw against France that when they got the quick ball and sort of attacking that ruck, and similar against Japan, they were able to make a few metres. What kind of do you need to make technical adjustments there? Is it on individual players to move quicker? What sort of a strategy with preventing that?
Yeah, it's probably both. They obviously had a great halfback that runs around the ruck and some big forwards, so they're pretty hard to stop regardless. I think the key part is making sure we commit to our plan and we have courage there when the moment comes for you to make that tackle. We thought there's opportunities if we landed a few more and we can get on the ball, so we'll make those adjustments into this week.
You debuted in 2009 in Italy. You must have some fond memories of the place.
Yeah, I do. I loving the bread, but I haven't looked too far back, to be fair. Just concentrating on my job at hand and the week, but it will be nice come game day to see the opposition and see the boys rip in.
Forecast for the week is potentially a little bit of snow. Have you ever played in that kind of weather?
We used to snow a wee bit in Japan, so it's mainly if the ground is frosted is the hard part. The snow's similar to the rain in some ways, but it's if the ground has thawed out, otherwise it's a wee bit like playing on concrete.
Tamati, the end of the year, Which kind of year has been thus far before this last test against Italy that obviously it's not maybe France or England? So is there any judgment for this here thus far?
Yeah, we judge every week. We look at our performance and review and look for solutions and ways to get better. So week on week and game on game, we're always looking for improvements. We haven't had a chance to really sit down and reflect over the season total. The weeks probably move too fast, and we have the respect for the next team that we're playing. So that's what's important at the moment.
Which are the threats, in your opinion, that Italy can pose to this All Black side that the last time put something like 100 points to us?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, their ability to counter-attack, their back three. We're seeing that in the Six Nations, that if you give them time, they've got some great ball carriers and some explosiveness in their back three. And then just the physicality, we saw that against France and England, the big sides, that you have to win collisions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So it is from a selection point of view, I guess, is there a balance to be struck, between players perhaps righting the wrongs of last week, but also getting some players some game time? What are the full strategy around that?
Yeah, I think there's a balance every week, but ultimately we're searching for a performance, so that's what it really comes down to, and that's how it's been selected throughout the year. But you did see last week Peter Larkai come on and really done a great job there for his second test against a big four pack. So it's still performance is what we're looking at.
Tamati, just on the haka last week, Rico and Cody sort of both led it together. I guess you've been involved in quite a few hakas in your time. Sort of, what was the experience like for you, I guess, just seeing that haka from the sideline?
I've been really proud of Rico in recent weeks. It's not an easy thing to do. The players have so much respect for it that they want to get that part right, and sometimes it means spending extra time and energy in your working week. So I thought he'd done a great job against Ireland, and it was nice to see him lead it again with Coates on the weekend.
Is it the first time between two players leave haka?
I'm not sure. I mean, there's been plenty of hakas, but I'm unsure whether that's the case.